What is going on, everybody? It's the France and Wayne here for our Monday Night Raw review for Monday, January 17th, 2022. Already into the first month of the year, and it's just going by like that. We're on our way to the Royal Rumble, and tonight I have one question. WWE even give a shit about the Royal Rumble? With shows they're putting on like they did tonight, I think they just want to get it over with so they can get on the road to WrestleMania and get to the next big payday, the Elimination Chamber, on February 16th. I think it is 16th or 19th, one of those 2 days. And it's going to be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I don't give a shit. It's in Saudi Arabia, that's all I know. The Elimination Chamber, I don't really give two shits about the Elimination Chamber being there. I don't give a shit about Saudi Arabia at all. I'm not watching it. Most people should not watch it. If you're gonna do you can do a charity stream to help raise awareness for other things while watching WWE television. Stuff, good on you. I'm not big enough to do that, so I'm not. Now, tonight, no Brock Lesnar for the first time since he won the WWE Championship, which is absolutely fine. We've seen a lot more Brock Lesnar. He made his turn on the road to day one. We have ever seen him in one run. It's usually like you see him once a month, once every 3 months or so. So there's that. But tonight, honestly, I'm going to say right now, show suffered without Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, with this different attitude of him, his carefreeness, the fact that he's just going out there and pretty much doing whatever the fuck he wants, saying whatever he wants, dressing and like looking like he just got off the farm. He has definitely been the best thing we've seen on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown with Roman Reigns in a long time, and it's not even close. Now, tonight's show had almost nothing. Another thing that, I guess the only thing you can really say is that Gable and them doing the graduation thing, that just was meh. And the first thing you saw tonight was Becky Lynch, Nevin, Liv Morgan, and Bianca Bellaire. Now, I know I'm not the only one that's done this. We've all complained about the women's division not getting much time. Whole Queen's Crown tournament, it was like 2-minute matches, 1-minute matches, 3-minute matches, and short match after short match after short match. The only exception really for the women's division has been the Raw Women's Championship and the SmackDown Women's Championship. If you're in that program, or if you're a Bianca Belair, about 9,000, Becky Lynch, and Liv Morgan to an extent because she was in that, she's still in the title picture-ish. You got time. Everyone else got like nothing. That wasn't the case tonight. You had a tag team match. Could they coexist tag team match? Because WWE doesn't know how to fucking book without doing the same tropey shit over and over and over again. That match lasted minutes. Most 2, maybe 3 minutes. Which is weird because you usually would see, like, if Charlotte wrestles a match against Naomi on Friday, that match is going probably 15, 20 minutes. If, like, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Commercials, of course. Now, tonight's match, it just showed that WWE does not care about the women's division. If you book your Raw Women's Champion in a tag team match and have the match go less than 3 minutes, less than 5 minutes, it's like, what in the fuck? But I throw this out there. I think I threw this out here before, and I'll throw it out there again. WWE only pretended to care about women's evolution, women's revolution, because they wanted to bring Ronda Rousey in. Ronda Rousey was at SummerSlam the year before the WWE Women's Championship was reintroduced, if I am correct. It was. She was on the WrestleMania show where the Women's Championship was reintroduced, if I am correct. She and The Rock made embarrassed Triple H and Stephanie. That's where they first got that. At SummerSlam with the four horsewomen, Jasmine Duke, Marina Shafir, Shayna Baszler, and Ronda Rousey the year before. They all, it was all like, oh, she got that itch. She had to talk with Steph and about Triple H about possibly coming in, but they knew. Steph and Triple H knew if the women's division is a shit show like it is. When Ronda Rousey wants to come in, she's not going to come in here. She's going to look at this and go, this is what you do for your women? I don't want nothing to do with this. So they cleaned their act up. They did the whole Divas Revolution, Women's Evolution, got the Women's Championship, and all that shit. And then she came in. Women's Championship felt important. It felt like they actually wanted to do something with it. And isn't it just convenient how they got rid of John Laurinaitis? He wasn't a part of the women's in the talent relations or anything at the time. But isn't it kind of funny how the minute Ronda Rousey leaves, it wasn't like a quick reset back to what they do, the Divas division. The minute Ronda Rousey leaves, the women's division just seems to start slowly sliding back down to Diva land and Diva mentality. And now we're back to Diva mentality. 2-minute matches. Matches that will end in 30 seconds. Not like terrible fucking people, like terrible women wrestlers getting booked to go over other more talented women. Carrying the women's division unless you're in the 4 horsewomen. Asuka, whenever she fucking decides to come back. And Bianca Belaire right now. Liv Morgan's getting a little bit of that rub because she was feuding with Lynch. Should have probably won the Raw Women's Championship in December. Defended it at day 1 and then got a title match against Becky Lynch, losing the title at the Royal Rumble. But no, WWE stuck with Becky Lynch. And you really think Piper Niven's winning the Women's Championship at Royal Rumble? Yeah, right. So Becky comes out first. She talks trash on Piper Niven and says she didn't earn it. She didn't get a title match. I gave her a title match. She didn't earn it. I gifted it to her. Piper comes out and is like, you didn't give me anything. I earned that match. I earned it by beating 2 other women last week. They have some talks. Out comes Bianca Belaire, who declares, I'm gonna be in the Royal Rumble. Well, no shit. The WWE don't have enough women on the main roster. They don't want to use NXT, apparently. Which, honestly, outside of maybe Raquel Gonzalez, Io Shirai, Dakota Kai, where the fuck she's been at, I haven't seen her anywhere. Except for on Twitch yesterday. But those 3 women... Maybe Zoe Starks, if Zoe Starks is back from injury, which I don't think she's going to be. And maybe Mandy Rose. That's 4 to 5 women right there. Other than that, there's no one else on NXT who deserves to even get a shot in the Royal Rumble. Maybe Casey Catanzaro if you want to add her. They got 11 spots. Sasha Banks isn't going to be in there because of her injury. Bayley could be in there, could not be. We don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if Trish Stratus, who was in a retirement match against Charlotte 9000 a couple years ago at SummerSlam, makes her miraculous return and comes out of retirement for one more shot. Yeah. Up comes Liv Morgan, who says, you know what? I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble, and I'm gonna throw you and 28 other women out. And they set up a women's tag team match. Becky Lynch and Piper Niven versus Liv Morgan and Bianca Belaire. I swear, this match did not go more than 2 minutes. We came back from commercial break, which was... when I say less than 2 minutes, I mean what we saw on television. This match was going and going and going for like 2.5, maybe 3 minutes. Becky nails a manhandle slam out of nowhere for a close 2 count. Piper runs in and splashes Liv and Becky to break it up. Goes for a pin, but does not the legal person. She brings Becky over, tags herself in, comes back, hits the big splash on Liv for the 1, 2, 3, and the match is over. I'm like, what in the fuck was this? This is your top. This is what the top of your women's division on Monday Night Raw. I agree with other people who say this. It's time to end the brand split. You have fired more than 100 people since the pandemic started, and right after WrestleMania 2 years ago. And it was what, 36? Yeah, WrestleMania 36. It is time to end the brand split. Because you have fired too many women, and you don't have enough women to have on both Raw and SmackDown. Now, if you don't want to end the brand split, merge the championships, have one floating champion. It's not that fucking hard. But you don't have enough women. You don't have enough tag teams. You don't have enough women to justify having 2 separate championships. Merge them, give us the WWE Women's Championship, and let's move on from there. Same thing with the tag team championships. Merge the titles, get us new belts that don't look like fucking shit, and give us a WWE World Tag Team Championship. After the match, she goes over, hits the big bonsai drop to Lynch, and she taunts Becky as she talks trash while she is down. Legend 24/7 champion Dana Brooke are backstage with Hall of Famer Edge and Beth Phoenix. He asks Edge for some pointers against Omos. Edge doesn't think Reggie has a chance, but he wishes him good luck. Beth tells Dana she's proud of her and for her hard work and fact that she is champion. Beth, you do realize that nobody takes that championship seriously. Dana Brooke hasn't won an actual legitimate championship, and she's probably never going to win an actual legitimate championship. That's why they said, you know what? You can hold on to the 24/7 title because that's the closest you're going to get to winning an actual title. And they run into the U.S. champion Damien Priest, who wants to pick the brains of Edge about the Royal Rumble match. Edge is giving Priest some advice when a staffer walks up and hands a note to Phoenix. It's a note from Maurice, who wants to meet her in the ring, woman to woman, face to face. Let's hash this out later. Says that's suspicious, and Edge agrees. Edge says he's coming with her. They walk off, and Kevin Owens approaches Priest, saying he's looking forward to the match tonight. Priest isn't buying what Owens is saying, and looks forward to a good, clean match to show off their technical side. Owens says he has an announcement to make, but he will see Priest later. What is that announcement? I'll give you 2 guesses. Seriously. Is he going to be the number 1 contender to the winner of the WWE title match? No. He's going to be in the Royal Rumble. It's not that hard to figure out. Kevin Owens comes out. He brings out Seth Rollins. They talk. I tune this shit out. I get sick and tired of fucking talk shows on wrestling television. I hate, the Piper's Pit is a classic, and the WWE is just trying to, mimic that every single time you turn around. Is Jericho, Edge, ATG for a moment on NXT, all these fucking talk shows we've seen. I think Carlito had one at one time. Christian, of course, had one when he was in WWE. I am sick to death of these fucking talk shows. Kevin Owens should be out there with Seth Rollins, causing hell, getting ready to win the tag team titles later in the year. That's what they should be doing. Are they going to do that? Fuck no. I don't really see what the fucking point of this entire thing is. I don't get why you have Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens being buddy when all you see is that unless they're going to somehow win the tag team titles at WrestleMania, which is not going to be the case, they're going to go. I don't know what Kevin Owens is going to be doing because apparently Seth Rollins is going to be in the WWE title match. Apparently, allegedly, but I don't know. Says he'll turn the Universal, Rollins says he'll turn the Universal title back to red. Of course, Kevin Owens says that he will be in the Royal Rumble, and after he wins the Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins wins the Universal title and brings it to Monday Night Raw, which I don't see happening. I hope the fuck doesn't happen, even though they very might well could do that if Brock Lesnar was to retain over Bobby Lashley. Seth Rollins was to beat Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar could take the WWE title to SmackDown, and Seth Rollins could show up on Monday Night Raw 2 nights later as the Universal Champion with the red belt, which would be a disaster and would kill everything that they have built up for Roman Reigns in the last 505 days. Yes, Roman Reigns is the longest reigning Universal Champion and greatest Universal Champion of all time. 505 days, and should not be slowing down anytime soon. But the fact that Seth Rollins came out and said he will turn the belt back to a red strap makes me wonder, will they really be that fucking stupid? Let's hope not. Priest comes out and says not one person on this planet thinks Rollins can defeat Reigns at the Royal Rumble, and calls Kevin Owens a liar and says you're not going to win the Royal Rumble. And said I just came back from heard from Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce. Our match starts now. So he heads to the ring. It's Kevin Owens versus Damien Priest. Very good TV match between these two. Of course, it's Kevin Owens, it's Damien Priest. Let these guys go out there and do what they need to do. I have noticed something because, Kevin Owens wins this match by pinfall. Now, there was a point in this match where Kevin Owens is just chopping Damien Priest, and he's starting to go to that evil, pissed off Priest side of him, or Damien side of him, whatever side it is. And Kevin Owens is like, wait a minute, dude, that's clean. This is a clean match. What are you doing? No, it's just clean. Damien just backs off, and they have the match some more. It's like multiple times, Kevin Owens is doing stuff that is irking Priest, and eventually he's going to turn to Damien, but it doesn't work out. Owens sells a hurt leg due to a choke slam. He goes down to the leg and gives out as Priest tries to whip him across the ring. The referee checks on and calls for a training as fans boo. Owens is just suckering Priest in and drops him with a stunner. 1, 2, 3, and Kevin Owens is your winner. Now, 2021, Damien Priest had a killer year. Made his debut in the Rumble. Had the match with Bad Bunny and John Morrison, The Miz. Gave us one of the best celebrity performances in WWE next to Stephen Amell and a couple others. And then won the United States Championship. Good on him. Did not lose that often in 2021. So far this year, he's lost tag team matches. Now he's losing clean as the United States Champion. So Damien Priest went from one of the most protected guys in WWE in 2021 to becoming a perennial loser, or starting to become a perennial loser, and ending up on the lost side of matches in 2022. It would not surprise me if Kevin Owens beats Damien Priest for the United States Championship, taking the U.S. title, and then Damien Priest starts sliding down the card and getting to the mid-card, and then into catering. So, we go to commercial break, we come back, and we hear Pop and Circumstances play. This is no tribute to the Hall of Famer Randy Savage, but we have the Raw Tag Team Champions, Chad Gable and Otis, the Alpha Academy. They appear on the ramp, they walk to the ring, they're in gowns and caps for a graduation ceremony, as Otis has passed his final test with flying colors, as he is going to graduate from the Alpha Academy program. What the hell that even means, I don't know. So Chad Gable and them, they have their little bit of fun. They get the chance, before we do that, it's the height we have. Announcers hype Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley, which I don't know why that match is happening. See how Nikki Trash turned on Rhea Ripley last week. Nikki is backstage with Sarah Striber. She says she stands on her own now and feels great about the future of how everything went down. She blames Rhea Ripley for what happened last week and says she should be down and out after what happened. Nikki says Rhea flushed the relationship down the drain. Goes on and snaps at Schreiber for saying she caused the breakup last week, blaming it all on Ripley. Says she also is the closest thing to a hero that people of Tulsa will ever have. Almost a superhero have to do things normal people don't understand. Ripley will realize she needs an almost superhero whether she likes it or not. I don't care about this. I can't take a heel Nikki Cross when she's wearing that ridiculous outfit. If she wants to do this superhero thing as a heel, change the color. Stop wearing the blue and gold. Change it to dark, evil colors. Get rid of the butterfly on it. Put something evil on it. Make it look like she's evil. Delusional superhero, as you will. Get rid of the fucking... Actually, just get rid of it completely and bring me back Nikki Cross. The NXT Twisted Sister Nikki Cross. Not this shit. I don't care. I can't take her seriously as a heel while she's wearing that ridiculous costume. Trying to talk like a delusional heel while she's wearing blue and gold, a blue and gold jumpsuit and a blue mask. I just can't. I can't take it seriously. Now back in the ring with Chad Gable giving his prize pupil all the praise in the world because he took this guy and molded him from a lump of clay into the tree trunk of a man, because they want you to know that Otis is a tree trunk of a man, hitting him over, putting him over, and yeah. Otis tries to talk for a bit. Out comes Matt Riddle in his own gown and cape. Why? I don't know. He talks for a bit. Like I said, when Matt Riddle is on mic, I can't listen to it. I just can't. I like what he does in the ring. I love his in-ring work. I just can't deal with him on mic. He talks about how Otis applies and how he decimated Randy Orton and all that stuff. Let's see. Says a rematch sounds like a pretty sick idea. Gable says it's no wonder Orton left Riddle high and dry. Gable asks Riddle for Orton leaving him and not being here tonight. Gable says Riddle has to prove he's worthy of a rematch in an academic challenge. Gable says this will be a series of tests between the two teams. Prove which is superior mentally. Gable says they're already proven who is physically superior. Riddle goes on running his mouth and rambling. Otis has heard enough and he's ready to fight. He takes off his robe, slowly gets out of the ring, walks up the ramp towards him. Trash talking Riddle. He wants to fight. He's like, come on, man, let's fight. All of a sudden, Orton comes from behind in the ring and hits an RKO on Chad Gable. Riddle gets in the ring. He gives Randy Orton Otis's gown. He puts it on with the cap. Orton says, we accept. They take the tassels, moving to the other side. They pose in the ring, and that was that. So we're gonna get a rematch down the line. It might even be that they do the rematch at Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia. That's what it seems like it would be. You get a couple weeks of academic tests. You do one next week. You do one the week after that, and you just keep going. Give you about a few weeks, and then when you get to the Elimination Chamber, you have the tag team match there. That's when Randy Orton and Matt Riddle break up, which would fucking suck that you do it in Saudi Arabia where not everyone's going to be watching. But you do the breakup. Matt Riddle and Randy Orton set up themselves for this WrestleMania. And we get Randy Orton versus Matt Riddle at WrestleMania for what would be a hell of a match. Finn Balor versus Austin Theory. Finn Balor comes to the ring, back from break, and we get a video tribute to Martin Luther King, which they did not open with the usual Martin Luther King video package, which I thought was really weird. They usually do one. Like, they usually do the same one you see every single year, but they didn't do that this time. Now, Austin Theory is who comes out. Our business battle looks on from the ring as Theory hits the ring. We see more recent happening between the two. The bell rings, and we go. And, here it is. Before that happened, he gets into Vince's office. Vince was watching the last match they had in his office, which Balor won. Theory vows to win this one and recalls how he beat Balor up after the last match, calling it almost a half win. Vince says those do not exist. He wants Theory to win and beat Balor up tonight, and if he doesn't, Vince himself will beat Theory up, says he will drive Theory back to his office, break every bone in his body, and go for his head and face and leave him with nothing but blood and teeth. And when that's done, he will take a selfie with Theory's beaten body and send it to Theory's mother. And Theory just has this look of, what the fuck did I walk into today? Like, what in the hell are you talking about, Vince? Like, I'm sorry, but if you wanted to just blow some chunks, there you go. Finn Balor versus Austin Theory. This was another good match here. I don't know what that's like. I don't know if like Balor asked for time off. That's probably what happened. It's like we haven't seen him in a month. Last time we saw Finn Balor was when him and Austin Theory faced off, and then after he said he was on the bigger and better things, Austin Theory, of course, attacked Finn Balor and left him laying, and he has not been seen since until tonight. Honestly, would not surprise me by the end of this year if Finn Balor is out of WWE and Fergal Devitt is back to being Prince Devitt somewhere else. Not just AEW, he could go back to New Japan, maybe. I don't know. So, out comes Finn Balor, he does his thing, out comes Theory. They had themselves a match. Balor comes back with a sling blade out of nowhere. Theory blocks the follow-up and overpowers Balor, then he goes for the ATL. But it's blocked with a roll-up for a close 2 count. Balor fights back from the apron, dropping Theory in the enziguri. Balor goes to top for the coup de grace, but Theory moves. Theory, with a big drop hit to the face, scoops Balor up for the ATL, hits it 1, 2, 3, and Austin Theory picks up the win. Goes and grabs his phone, takes the selfie, beats up Finn Balor some more, hits another ATL, all to make Papa Vince very, very happy. Austin Theory he makes his exit. There's that. Get a recap of Finn. I don't know what else to say about the Austin Theory stuff. It's like it all started with the whole golden egg thing, and it really just feels like we're just going in circles, not really progressing. Nothing really important is happening. It just feels like Austin Theory has to go talk to Vince. Vince wants him to beat this person. Austin Theory can win. Austin Theory can lose. It just feels like we're going in a circle, and it just doesn't change. He's not going up. He's not going down. It's just in the middle, and I don't know what else to say. The replay between what happened between Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash last week. Ripley's backstage warming up when Sarah Schreiber approached and asked her thoughts on Nikki's earlier comments, saying breakup was all Ripley's fault. Ripley says that she never intended on breaking up their friendship. They could have supported each other in solo careers, but Nikki made up her mind. Ripley doesn't forgive easy, but what kind of person attacks their friends? What kind of hero attacks their friends? Says Nikki is the most delusional than she thought she was. She thinks really is the villain in this. Ripley goes on and says she headed out to remind everyone who she really is, and she walks off. Ripley versus Nikki trash. Match never happens. They're in the ring getting ready to wrestle. Selena Vega's music hits. Out come the tag team champions saying, "We told you so. We told you that Nikki was holding Rhea Ripley back, and Rhea Ripley needed to cut the dead weight. We told you all of this was going to happen. I'm Nostradamus. I'm a tooth fairy, blah, 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 whatever." All of a sudden, Nikki attacks Rhea Ripley, beats her up, and leaves her laying and walks away. Again, I can't take her serious as a heel. Blue, the baby blue and gold getup needs to go. I know it was apparently her idea. It was a way to embarrass her. But please just get it out of here. Just get rid of it. I can't deal with this. I just don't care about any of this. It's so dumb. It out last week with Omos, Reggie, and Dana Brooke. Reggie and Brooke are backstage hyping Reggie up for his match. Like, you're stronger, you're faster, you're one of the most amazing men I've ever known. And he's like, I hit him and bounced off him last week like I was nothing. He's just trying to hype him up, and it's just, I don't give a shit. I mean, R-Truth, Tamina Snuka, Akira Tozawa, and some referees are hiding behind eating some popcorn. And R-Truth is like, damn, she must hate Reggie because she's just telling him to go get got. Yeah, pretty much gonna go get his ass beat. They make their entrance. Basically, champion Dana Brooke suddenly runs into the ring, crawls on the Omos legs and out of the other side. Akira Tozawa and R-Truth follow her, but Omos destroys them both. No rings. Reggie leaps off the top, but almost catches him. Bear hug, tightens it, and turns it into a big. Just picks him up, holds him above his head, and then lets him go as he falls back to the mat. Puts his foot on him. 1, 2, 3. Match ended. This is what you got for Omos. This is the guy that Vince McMahon wants to put WWE title on eventually. This is the man that Vince McMahon wants to make his next Andre the Giant. This guy ain't nothing but a black Great Khali or a what is his name? Black Johnny Gonzalez. That's it. He fucking sucks. All he did was pick the guy up and dropped him. What is that? This guy's supposed to be over? Hell, if you listen to his promo last week when he grabbed him, he said, pay attention to what I'm gonna do because next week I'm gonna do worse. Didn't do worse. You really didn't do worse. You just picked the guy up and dropped him. You didn't pick him up, drop him, pick him up again and drop him. You just picked him up and dropped him. And this, could you imagine if Omos wins the Royal Rumble or Omos wins the Elimination Chamber? Omos wins somehow and gets the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania and beats Bobby Lashley. No, even better. Beats Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. Just, I can't even with this show, with this company. This is fucking bad all around. This guy just, I don't know where they found this guy, but they need to go send him back to wherever they found him. Because Omos is nothing but trash. He needs to go into the trash heap with Nikki Trash and stay the fuck away. But it would not surprise me if this guy who has... Here's the thing about Omos. He hasn't been pinned. He hasn't been submitted. He hasn't been taken off of his feet. If he's in a Battle Royal setting, he hasn't lost. Guy is going to do... He's probably going to come close, if not break Roman Reigns' record for most eliminations in a Royal Rumble. And yes, that's Roman Reigns' record. And in a traditional Royal Rumble, the greatest Royal Rumble does not count. See what happened between Miz and Maurice and the Hall of Famers Edge and Beth Phoenix last week. Maurice comes to the ring because she wants to have a face-to-face. Calls out Beth. Beth and Edge come out. He's like, please, we need to call off this match. I can't wrestle. I'm a mother with two. I'm a frail little bitch. I don't care. I really don't care. Basically, when push comes to shove, this is what basically happened. He begs and pleads to have the match stopped, to have the match canceled. Beth says, "Fuck no, I'm not gonna." And she did this so poorly. She's like, "I'm not gonna give up the opportunity to tag team with my husband, the rated R superstar, for the first time in WWE." And I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" Says, "Why don't I give us a little preview?" Gets in the ring. 3 stairs are down. The Miz suddenly appears at ringside to brawl with Edge, but Edge drops him. Beth, for whatever fucking reason, turns around, leaves Maurice alone. Maurice takes her little bag, her little wallet thing, smacks Beth Phoenix in the back, knocking her out. And she and Miz go to the top, and it comes to find out that she had the good old brick in the purse trick going. The brick in the purse. So Beth is down, and Maurice and Miz celebrate. The Street Profits are backstage with Mysterious. Now the two teams get hyped for tonight's match, as well as the 30-minute Royal Rumble. With Dominic and Ray both saying that they're going to be the man. They're both going to battle and take everyone. So 29 men over the top rope, and Corey Graves says they do realize that they're both in the Royal Rumble. One has to get thrown over, right? So we have the Street Profits and the Mysterios versus the Dirty Dogs, Apollo Crews, and Commander Aziz. Why are we having this match? Why didn't you just do a mini battle royal? The Street Profits, the Mysterios, Dirty Dogs, and Apollo Crews, and Aziz. Have all those 8 men in the ring and have a mini battle royal so we can pretend that we're gonna be. This is warm up for the Royal Rumble. I don't understand why this match happened. I could care less. Babyfaces win. After the match, they're all celebrating. And the Mysterios dump the Street Profits over, say, "Haha, you gotta pay attention." And then Ray Mysterio dumps his son over, which the Street Profits are like, "Ha ha ha ha! Look what happened! Yeah, don't care." Okay. Yeah. See some comments from Bobby Lashley comments on WWE Champion Brock Lesnar from last week's After the Bell video episode with Corey Graves. The announcers sent us to a nice video package of Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley with a look back of what these two did in WWE and what has led us to this point. Both men going in WWE, both men leaving WWE. Well, of course, Brock left which pissed off WWE. WWE for a couple of years, were not happy with Brock Lesnar because they put so much stock in this guy. We're gonna make this guy the face of the company for years to come. Had Brock Lesnar not left in 2004, John Cena does not have the career that he had. Because Brock Lesnar would have been that guy. But he left while they had all this stock, all this shit in him, and he just said, "Nope, I'm done." They're like, "You motherfucker, how the fuck dare you?" So, and I'm going to say this right now. Bobby Lashley, when Brock Lesnar said that Bobby Lashley is a Brock Lesnar wannabe, he ain't lying. Bobby Lashley was brought up in WWE to be the new Brock Lesnar. That's exactly why they built him did what they did with him. He was supposed to be Brock Lesnar 2.0. The problem is, he's not even close to a Brock Lesnar. He doesn't have the charisma. He doesn't have the full athleticism. He's a very athletic guy. But Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, 2004, 2005, when they were there at the different times that they were, Brock Lesnar in 2004 could whip Brock Lesnar in 2022, 2020, 2004, 2005. Brock Lesnar is a freak of nature. Bobby Lashley really is not. Just not. But just watching the video package, I'm going to say, that's how you sell a World Championship match. Not that bullshit you did with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns on SmackDown, that waste of a segment. That's not how you sell a championship match. This video package is how you get people who are like, do I really want to see this match? To, yeah, I want to see these two behemoths, these two big boys, these two big sweaty men going at each other and beating the shit out of each other at the Royal Rumble. Very well done. Whoever put this video package together deserves a fucking raise. That was good. So, After the Bobby Lashley on After the Bell, we go to Alexa Bliss. We see what happened with her destroying the office. We're going to look at her journey back to WWE. After the break, we see what happened between Miz and Beth and all them earlier. Kevin Patrick stops the It couple from the backstage comments. Miz says it took just one shot to take Beth down. They're going to talk trash, and Miz remembers next week, a.k.a. Friday, is Maurice's birthday. Maurice's birthday is on the 21st. 21st is in 4 days. So he's going to have the most spectacular, outlandish, the most extravagant birthday party for his wife because he loves her. And they celebrate and kiss. And I'm like, gee, it'd be a shame if the Grit couple, which is so fucking dumb, the Hall of Famers, can we just call them the Hall of Famers? The Hall of Fame team couple come and ruin the party next week. That's exactly what's going to happen. That is the go-home show next week. Can you believe next week is the go-home show? Wow. We go back to Alexa Bliss in her therapist's office. He welcomes her back, and he says he's happy to say there are a lot of less breakable things in the office this week. She says, not sure about that. I mean, you're sitting right there, and if she wants, you have enough bones that she could break every bone in your body if she wanted to. He will continue to see her as a patient this week, but he can't tolerate a repeat of last week. He apologizes for triggering her, but says he has to see where she was at and promises she will be in a much better place after this is all done. Doc wants to know one word association. He's like, what's the first word that comes to mind when I say trust? Lily. Friend, Lily, home, Lily, doll, Lily, imaginary. Bliss stands up, stares the man down. He's like, oh, well, we're out of time. I'll see you next week. What was the point of this? Supposed to be doing this journey back for Alexa Bliss? She's going to go back to being the 5 Feet of Fury bit Alexa Bliss, no longer the evil, mystical version of Alexa Bliss, because if you're not changing her back to what she was before Bray Wyatt put his hand in her mouth, what are we doing? Like, seriously. She's just going to come back with a new doll friend. Why are we doing this? Just bring her back. Have her return at the Royal Rumble. Whatever you want to do. Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins for what reason? I don't know. This match makes 0 sense to have happen. Both of these guys are at the Royal Rumble. I'm going to go one-on-one with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, respectively. Why you put these guys in a one-on-one match just a week, like less than 2 weeks before their matches at Royal Rumble? I don't understand it. It's so fucking stupid. Was it a good match? It was okay. I really don't give a shit. Basically, the gist of it is they have themselves a match. You're wondering, how are they going to do this? You surely can't pin Brock Lesnar, and you surely can't pin Seth Rollins right before the title matches, can you? Hurt Business come out. They beat up Bobby Lashley after the attack that he did on them last week. So they beat him up. Then he beats them up. And then the show ends with the Usos invading Raw because why do we even have a brand split? This is the biggest thing. Why do we even have a brand split if you're going to have Seth Rollins come to SmackDown and do business with Roman Reigns, and then have the Usos show up on Monday Night Raw? We're not even a full month into the year, and we already have the brand split not meaning a damn thing. If we don't have Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns title for title, winner take all, on night 1 of WrestleMania, with the winner going to night 2 to defend against the winner of the Royal Rumble, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. And on top of that, have Showbot 9000 win the fucking Royal Rumble if you want to. I wouldn't do that. But here's an even better idea. Have someone else win the Royal Rumble. Have Showbot and Becky Lynch keep the titles. Title for title, first night on at WrestleMania. And then the next night you have the Women's Championship versus the Royal Rumble winner. And just do it like that. Merge these divisions. I don't know how you would get there with the tag teams, but you do something similar where you have the Usos and the Alpha Academy, title for title. Merge all your championships besides the United States and the Intercontinental. Those do not get merged. You need them for your Grand Slam and whatever. This show fucking sucks so badly. It sucks so badly. I was doing other things while this was going on and just, peeling off to the left and right while I was doing it. Because this show just fucking sucks. It is the cure for insomnia. I'm extra tired right now because I had to sit there and watch Monday Night Raw for 3 fucking hours. That is all. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video, follow me on Monster France Club, follow me on twitch.tv/TheFrance Club, and follow me on Instagram at The France Club. And I will see you guys on Wednesday where we have actual, mostly good wrestling, and I will have some talk on the whole Cody Rhodes free agency booking, free agency talk on Wednesday. What I think is total fucking bullshit. But until then, my name is France, and I'll see you guys later.